Mountain News at 6.
One Pike County man is dead, another behind bars after an early morning shooting in the Phelps community.
WYMT's Buddy Forbes was there when, after hours of searching, troopers arrested the man they say is responsible.
It was an unexpected wake-up call for the Jamboree community.
Around 8 a.m., Post 9 received a call of a shooting incident in the Phelps community of Pike County,
sending troopers with Kentucky State Police on an hours-long search for a shooter.
One male subject has been confirmed deceased at the residence. A suspect fled from the residence and was later located approximately less than 5 miles from that residence.
The suspect, later identified in an arrest citation as 19-year-old Sterling Justice, was arrested, taken to the Phelps Fire Department for questioning, and then placed in the Pike County Detention Center, charged with murder.
When you're responding to an incident like this and you're looking for someone, you just got to keep your focus and make sure you're looking at all the areas and just trying to keep everybody in the community safe.
Though Trooper Michael Coleman says the shooting death was an isolated incident and no other bystanders were harmed, he believes the community response was important in minimizing the potential for danger.
As soon as the information came out, the community worked well together. We had schools that went on lockdown. There's also a rehabilitation nursing home facility there close by that went on lockdown.
Pike County Schools Superintendent Dr. Reed Atkins says the lockdown was an extra precaution, but he is glad schools have resource officers on site in these situations. Coleman said thankfully the arrest was made without further incident.
So everyone in the community did their part as far as trying to keep everybody safe until we were able to locate this subject.
As the investigation continues. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Troopers have not released details about the shooting or the name of the man killed. We will update you as more information becomes available.
Last week, 2 Eastern Kentucky law enforcement agencies received enough money through donations to go to the nation's capital for National Police Week. This week, officers were able to attend an event and pay tribute to the K-9 killed in an ambush in June of last year in Floyd County. Officials with the Floyd County Sheriff's Department shared a video on Facebook showing K-9 handler Deputy Dusty Newsom paying tribute to Drago. Drago was one of 25 police dogs killed in 2022 and was honored yesterday at the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C.
Congressman Hal Rogers recently talked about the police officers that were killed in that shooting in Floyd County last summer. Sunday marks the beginning of National Police Week. Congressman Rogers spoke about Ralph Frazier, William Petrie, and Jacob Chaffins, who lost their lives in the Allen shooting. Rogers said, quote, "Their heroic deaths were the greatest display of love described in John 15:13. Greater love has no man than this, to lay down his life for his friends." It was with great courage of conviction that those 3 officers lived to protect the people of the United States, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and especially those in Floyd County.
Yesterday, we also told you about 2 London police officers being honored for their work. Congressman Rogers also spoke about Lieutenant Travis Hurley and Sergeant Logan Medlock this week on the House floor. He said, quote, "Officer Medlock worked in lockstep with his father, Randy Medlock, on the police force, and together they strive to make the City of London a safer place to live." And finally, Travis Hurley, a beloved 21-year veteran of the London Police Department, lost a long battle with COVID-19 early last year. Congressman Rogers also went on to say the names of all 5 brave men will be engraved on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., and we hope to have coverage of that next week.
Well, we continue to watch out for showers and storms as we go into this evening. Here's a live look at the radar. And as you can see, scattered showers and storms continue across the mountains. A heavier shower now just to the east of downtown Salyersville in Magoffin County, also stretching up to the east of West Liberty in Morgan County. Just a heads up in Paintsville, this is moving your way. Heavy rain, gusty winds, also thunder and lightning, so be sure to head indoors. Also a heavier shower on top of US 119, and we have a camera at US 119. As you can see, showers continue. The streets are wet, so be sure to take it easy as you hit the road to go home this evening. Also a heavier shower over Leslie County, moving into Perry County, so just a heads up. In Hazard, Hazard. Close to the 6:30 hour, we could see some heavier showers here as well. Those rain chances are going to continue as we go into Mother's Day weekend. We also stay mild and muggy as well. Temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, but we are watching out for some drier air to return by next week. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
Thank you, Cameron. A new home buyout program for flood victims has been announced. WYMT's RJ Johnson spoke with officials about how this impacts the community.
The new home buyout program is available for anyone in Breathitt, Knott, Letcher, and Perry counties from now until June 30th.
We are really interested in helping people recover from these floodings. These were devastating events, and we are not encouraging people to leave the counties or their communities, but we're trying to get them out of harm's way.
In RCS, Kentucky conservationist Casey Schrader says this program is game-changing.
We want to reach out to these communities and provide assistance, and I think this is a new opportunity that's really going to benefit some folks here.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson says this program will purchase your home at the price it was before the flood.
But with this NRCS program, they're going to go back to that pre-July value of that property, and that's what you're going to get for your property.
Dobson says the price of your home will be based off past property value assessments. He says this is the best option for flood survivors.
And try to get money back in our people's pockets, back in their hands. The funding is on the table. You know, we need to take advantage and, get that extra step up in the right direction to move forward with the future.
And officials say even if you don't think you are eligible, you should still sign up. In Hazard, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
To sign up, you will need a copy of your deeds and property value appraisal forms. You can sign up at your county's Judge Executive Office or City Hall.
Kentucky Education Commissioner Jason Glass is up for a new job. He is a finalist to be Superintendent of Baltimore County Schools. Laura Hartke is an organizer for Kentucky 120 United AFT. She says the majority of Kentucky teachers are sad to potentially lose Glass as commissioner.
We really want Dr. Glass to know that we support him and we thank him for the time that he gave us.
And news of Glass potentially leaving comes after the GOP-controlled Senate passed legislation increasing its oversight of the KDE, and as frontrunners for the Republican nomination for governor have called for him to be removed from his position.
A local healthcare provider is expanding its service in Hazard.
WYMT's Chandler Wilcox has more on what that expansion brings to Perry County.
Quantum Healthcare has hired local contractors to build a medical service space that is just about 50,000 square feet and will allow them to expand their practice.
So we're looking at trying to make this a true medical complex. So we're going to have the medical clinic part, which, we're the only clinic in the area 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then we're also going to be adding the addition of pharmacy, and we're going to try to expand the hours there.
The expansion not only adds room for the healthcare provider, but will include additions that are not currently available in Perry County.
Endocrinology to take care of some of the more complex diabetics patients, thyroid issues, osteoporosis.
Modernized technology will be included as well.
Imaging is probably the biggest thing. We have a really good working relationship with the hospital, but the field of cardiology in particular, we will be bringing some software and technology in that will advance that.
While some employees will be at both offices, the complex will add 40 to 50 jobs for a field already leading in occupation size.
With this new clinic coming on board, with the expansion, what that does for the community, more people shopping, the retail impacts that can bring.
Yount says they are hoping the building will be finished and ready to serve the public by spring 2024. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
The medical complex will be located across from Fazoli's in Hazard, right off Highway 80.